News 5 at 6 starts now.
Now at 6, a shift switch for Cleveland Police. It's been 6 months since leaders announced the plan.
We believe that this new shift model gives our officers more time off, more weekends with their family.
To move officers onto 12-hour shifts. That plan wasn't without controversy.
12-hour shifts were going in the wrong direction.
But it went into effect 3 months ago. For years, the News 5 investigators have told you Cleveland police are dangerously understaffed and examined possible solutions. And tonight they're following through, looking at the impact of this latest idea. Thanks for joining us here at 6 o'clock. We have told you about the retirements, resignations, and a dropout. Cleveland police are dangerously understaffed, down more than 300 officers, just as temperatures and calls for service are expected to go up. Now, one way that the city's been coping with the crisis, those 12-hour shifts. News 5 investigator Sarah Buttison has been covering problems with police staffing for many years. And tonight you're following through, and you have some new details on how the city is managing those low staffing levels.
That's right. Starting in January, officers switched from 10 to 12-hour shifts, a move that was meant to cut overtime hours and costs.
You could pretty much pencil in last year at least one mandate a week.
For patrol officers Michael Valdez.
So we'd be here 16 hours, 2 or 3 times a week.
And Mariah Rodriguez, longer shifts have meant shorter hours.
So this is way less of a workload than what it was previously.
I have more sleep. I'm more on top of my game.
Cleveland police switched from 10 to 12-hour shifts in January to help manage their serious staffing shortage. The city's budget calls for 1,498 officers. As of today, there are 1,153, a shortage of 345 officers. How bad is it?
It's bad.
And Andy Gajewski is worried about what's next. The president of the Cleveland Police Patrolmen's Association, which represents patrol officers, says calls for service usually go up in the summer.
We need the bodies. We need more personnel.
Nearly 36 officers have left the force so far this year. A new class with 52 cadets started Monday, then one dropped out. Even if the rest graduate, Cleveland will only add 17 officers.
We're trying to address it with the city by going to 12s.
Which also means officers get every other weekend off.
Having more days off than we did last year is definitely a plus.
For Michael, it means more trips to his hometown of Chicago.
I really don't have any family here, so I'm able to go home and see my family more often.
I had a baby last year.
For Mariah, it means more time with her son.
So now being on nights on 12-hour shifts, I get the full daytime with my son. I don't think I would have that if I was on afternoons on a 10-hour shift.
Andy says there have been complaints about the change to 12-hour shifts. He says some of their days off, vacation days, and even holidays can get canceled to help cover shifts because they are, of course, so short-staffed. He does plan to go back to the bargaining table with the city to address that issue and pay issues with the city next month. And just so you know, the city has budgeted for just 1,350 officers this year to account for the shortage of staff.
Thank you for staying on top of it. We know it's an issue that you're going to continue to follow through on because of its importance.
That's right.
Thank you, Sarah.
Well, thank you.
Right.